Hi, this is Michelle Caskey from homeschoolyyourboys.com. Today I'm going to be answering a reader's question, and the question is, how do you balance being teacher and being mom and still make time for yourself? That's a good question. As a homeschool mom, it is very hard to find time for myself. Sure that you can completely relate to that one. We have lots of responsibilities, lots of people who are counting on us, and lots of different things that we feel we need to be doing pretty much from the time we wake up in the morning until when we go to bed at night. So sometimes we can feel like if we take any time off or think about ourselves at all, that the whole world is going to come crashing down around us. And that's not true, but it can be difficult for us to find time for ourselves. So I've written a post about this, and I will link to that in the comments, that has 7 different ways that you can find time to start thinking about yourself and prioritizing yourself again, at least a little bit. But in this video, I'm going to share 2 of those ways. And the first one is learn to say no. I don't know about you, but I have a very hard time saying no. If someone at church, or if the basketball coach, or even just another mom comes up to me and says, "Can you do the?" My first impulse is to say, "Sure, I can do that." And then I get home and I think, what did I just commit to? I don't have time to do that. So learning to say no is a very important thing. And one little tip that you can do is, instead of just immediately giving someone an answer, tell them that you need to talk to your husband about it before you make a decision, or you need to pray about it. And honestly, you should pray about it before you decide yes or no. So that is one tip. The next one is actually schedule time for yourself. If you have all these different things scheduled throughout your day, and you're going to get to the end of your day and you're going to say, whoa, I didn't have any free time. I didn't have any time that I could devote to myself. But if instead you actually say, you know what, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to go for a walk. Or it doesn't even have to be a time. You could say, after I finish doing math with the boys, I'm going to go for a walk. Or I'm going to sit down for 15 minutes and read a book. Or when they're really little, I used to have to say, when I'm done feeding them, I'm going to put them down for a nap, and I'm going to go take my shower. And that was the time that I got for myself, was when I was in the shower. So anyway, those are 2 ways that you can start to put the I back into your priorities. Start to think about yourself a little bit, and instead of just throwing tiny scraps of time to yourself, or not even thinking about yourself at all, day after day after day. But like I said, I have a blog post where I've written 7 different ways to find that time, and to be able to at least prioritize yourself a little bit. So, and I will link to that in the description for this video. And if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. I would love to have you leave your question in the comments for this video, and I will go through those, and the next time maybe I'll choose one of your questions to answer in my video. So until then, this is Michelle Caskey from homeschoolyyourboys.com, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.